Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brad and welcome back to Screamin' Pirate EDC. Today we have another Plunder plank, but before we get started, let's get into what I have on me today. I have the Old Man Winter mug. This is from Death Wish Coffee. Next up, my light and pry. This is going to be the Olight i5T, but it's a copper that's been patinaed. And then my pry is going to be the Vero Mini Fulcrum. Very cool stuff, guys. Take a good look at those. My wallet is going to be the Slim Wallet from Redeemed Creations. And then finally, my Hank is going to be the Balrog Hank. This is from a Renegade EDC, the same one that did my Hanks. Link in the description to my Hanks. They help me out, guys. Also, there are links in the description to Amazon and Urban EDC. Anything purchased there does help the channel. With all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into the review of the Hinderer Eklipse. Now, this is on loan from KME User on Instagram. Very kind of him to send this over for me to check out. I had never actually checked out a Eklipse before, guys. I know, shocking, especially with the collection that I have right now. But yeah, guys, let's take a quick look at this. And after the B-roll runs for you guys, we'll go ahead and head top down and take a closer look at the Hinderer Eklipse. All right, guys, we are top down with the Hinderer Eklipse. Now, again, this is the harpoon blade. I'm going to give you a quick close-up of this knife again. Here we go. There's a beautiful harpoon. Obviously, aftermarket, I say aftermarket, it is a Hinderer horsehead tie scale that was put on. This is going to be your working finish. So good. And then, obviously, your awesome 2021. Let me flip him over. Hinderer filler tab. I mean, come on, that's some class right there, guys. This, once again, belongs to KME User over on Instagram. I can't believe how long he let me hold on to this knife and test this thing out. And oh man, guys, yeah, very, very big shout out to him. But let me go ahead and set this down. Let me have some specs pop up on the screen for you guys. These are all specs that I have taken from this knife. So these are my specs. These are not the ones from Hinderer. But while we have those, let's get into some size comparisons. So there are some obvious ones and some not so obvious ones that I want to show you guys. First up, how about a large Sebenza? Now, this is a 21, but like that kind of like slim line. Yeah, it really reminds me of it. Obviously, a lot more curvatures, and I think the Eklipse is a lot more comfortable, but almost dead on overall length. You know, frame lock, USA made, you know, very, very similar, guys. Very similar. Take that one off the table for you guys. Next up, I thought this one was appropriate. How about the Spartan Harzy? Now, this is the full-side Harzy because the small one makes no sense to compare it to. Yeah, you can kind of see where they got their lines from for each other. Very reminiscent of one another. Next up. Got a few Spydercos for you guys because I figured, you know, frame lock folders. How about the Spidey Chef, guys? Actually very similar in overall length. Spidey Chef's a little bit shorter, but pretty close, guys. Closer than you think. Obviously, the Spidey Chef is thinner and the Eklipse is more robust. Next up is a new one that I just got in. This is going to be the Spyderco Stovepipe. I figured, you know, you got titanium folder, 20 CV, very similar materials, could not be more different. But I know a lot of people are looking for stovepipe comparisons, so there you go. After that, one that I don't think I've seen anyone compare the Eklipse to, but I could not think of a knife that I liked more that was just kind of made by somebody else, not American made, but what feels the same. How about the CKF Chimera, guys? Very similar in overall length. Both feel very purpose-built. You know, it could be a combat knife. I suggest you use a fixed blade if you're going to do something that crazy. But yeah, both very hard use. You know, bigger or knives, not big, but yeah, very, very similar, guys. And lastly, the one that everyone has done, but I'm going to do for it again. This is your XM18. Now, this is a Bowie, obviously. And you have the harpoon on the Eclipse. But your overall length is almost spot the same. You just have a little bit less jimping on the top here, which I actually really like. But it's basically the exact same jimping down in here on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and hold these up so you guys get a really close look, because I know a lot of people compare these two knives together. So there's your jimping along the top. Okay. There's your standoffs. Here is your lock side. Okay, and then you're jimping down here. Yeah, guys, very, very similar knives. Obviously, you don't have the forward finger choil on the Eclipse. In hand, I really like the Eclipse, guys. Like, I really like it because I like that I can reach out here, but that's what I love about the 18. Oh, let me focus up. If you made me pick, I would probably pick the Eclipse. I'm not kidding, guys. I think it's kind of crazy that they're so similar, but yeah, the Eclipse is great. So let me take the 18 away. Let me bring this up and let me talk about this knife for a bit. So obviously you're going to get a G10 scale here. You're not going to get a horse head tie scale. This is aftermarket. And you're not going to get the 2021 filler tab. But this finish, this working finish, guys, I really like it on this knife, especially a working knife. It feels excellent in hand. This landing zone is so superior to the 18 for me, because when I push, it's where my finger lands. There's nothing eating up my finger here, guys. Whenever I pull, there's nothing eating up my finger back here. But this still locks in. I'm still secure in whatever grip I have. Yeah, guys, the Eclipse is a winner. I wish they would just make more, honestly, but I think everyone thinks that about Hinderers. They sell out so fast at USA Made Blade. I mean, you can ask any of us that buy from there. But this tie scale, guys, I'm in love with the tie scale. I like G10, but this tie scale is just all my new love. So good, so well done. I love the clip. I don't mind that it's not deep carry. It doesn't bother me at all. This thing is on bearings, and when I say broken in, there you go. It just glides. It just, I can't describe it, guys. Like, it's like glass. It's somewhere between glass and guillotine. I think one of my buddies, MB Wild, said that, and I love it. But the other thing I love about the working finish, obviously you're going to get some, minor scratching. Barely see some in there. You can't see it. It looks great. So the knife still looks really, really damn good. Well, obviously I'm gushing. You guys probably know whether this is a plunder or plank, even though this one doesn't belong to me. But let's go ahead and head back up top for the final conclusion. All right, guys, we are back up top. So obviously I gave it away a little bit on how I feel about the Eclipse, but this one for me, if I was allowed to keep it, KME user wants it back. This is 100% a plunder for me, guys. The only Hinderer I like as much as this one is my Fire Tack. I like this better than the XM18. I like this better than Half Track. I like it better than Jurassic. Yeah, guys, it's good. It's very good. I really enjoy this knife. I love the action. I love it in hand. It feels so good. This is an absolute win. If Hinderer stopped making everything but the Eclipse, I wouldn't be sad. It's damn good. My one complaint with Hinderers, always, make more hardware. Make more hardware and scales. I wish they would, but I know they're working their hardest. Well, with that being said, guys, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget, the website is up, screaminpirate.com. And you know what, guys? I'll catch you on the next one.